It's an 85 Mustang, welding all the holes and then smoothing out with body putty, body filler, Bondo. So show you, this is how I weld them. There's like 3 steps. So the 3 right there on the left, I just start and I just go get a little closer there. So on the left one there, I just go ahead and start like in 4 different spots or so. Just quick welds, quick tack welds. Just 1 or 2 seconds each spot. Then the next step, I go ahead and add a little bit more. And then the last step, I just go ahead and fill it in completely. A little bit at a time, because it'll burn right through this thin gauge sheet metal. So just a little bit, and come back, and here's some other spots. Working on this side still. Sand it down, get the metal nice and clean, then clean it with a brake cleaner or any type of metal cleaner. And then this is the side I filled in, grinded them down. And I'll go ahead and put Bondo, a nice thin layer, Bondo across that filler. And this is where I've done already, filled in the holes. Still working on sanding it down there. And on top where the cowl is, that needs some work. Smooth. And then what I do on the back side also, this is the 3 examples I was showing you. So what I'll do is, when the front's done, I'll go in the back, and then I'll go ahead and weld the same way, just fill it in. And this is where I've been adding welds to, where the factory didn't. So I'm just adding welds. All along there. And then with this, I ended up, since the core support, the radiator support was damaged, I replaced it. I went to U-pull it, and I was able to, from the aprons out, from the aprons here, or the tower, shock tower out, was all one piece to this shock tower right here, not the frame rails. Frame rails were okay. So I went to U-pull it and got the whole one section out. Just went through, sanded it all down, primered it. Probably should have did the welding while it was out, but kind of a change of plans after it was installed. So yeah, it's a slow process, but yeah, I wanted to use parts from an 85 Mustang, so rather than just getting the complete panel and welded in there, this was all together instead of getting aftermarket, you know, that was without any holes, just flush one, since you could buy those. But so I'm using the Harbor Freight welder, popular one. And then I usually have it set for the thinner stuff around 2 or so. So well, right now it's about 1, so between 1 and 2. Well, what I did was my old sheet metal that I cut out, I went ahead and tested it. Just practiced on that sheet metal to see. And then the wiring, just got another, this is the third spool of wiring I've gone through. This is a .035 type wiring. I had the 030, but the 35's just a little thicker, I think, and works fine though. So this is how the other side, passenger side, going through the welds. Just no hurry, so taking my time going through each spot. And then the back side where some of the holes are, I just put little patches in. See a little patch? I have an old hood. I'm using the hood for scrap metal and just snipping out the little sizes I need. There's another one right up there. Yeah, just welding it. So I mean, you can, of course, just put the sheet metal against there and mark it and have a nice circle or square, whatever, and then just, you know, weld it in flush, tack it in flush. But yeah, I just don't have a way to cut it perfect. So I'm using the snips from Harbor Freight metal shears. And then there's another one I did right there. That one is a round one I just tacked in. And then some of the bigger holes I might just leave them. I haven't decided yet. Get majority of the holes done, and then I'll decide. I think a lot of this isn't going to be used. So this welding tip could probably be used for just about any engine bay, so I would think. Just definitely want to take your time. Don't do too much at one time. Let it cool down. Just weld little spots at a time. Little bits. Let it cool down. Go on to another section. And then go ahead and hit it with your wire brush after you do it too. Get that slag out of there. Clean it up. But that's about it. And the next thing I'll be doing is just going through and slightly with light coating of the body filler, the Bondo. And for safety, obviously a welding helmet, Harbor Freight one. And I put this over my head once I put the helmet on. I just put a cloth across my hair. You can wear a hat or something, of course, but this is what I got. It's working because this welder, the Harbor Freight one, is, I mean, you know, any welder you want to wear a helmet and a hat and everything, but this one is so many sparks because there's no gas. It's really messy. So, and then let's see, and then I, you know, sneakers or shoes. And then I also put long socks on, so just in case sparks get. And then long pants. And then I usually have a t-shirt on, and then I just put a coat on with long sleeves. And of course the welding gloves. Harbor Freight also. And then yeah, that's about it for safety. And then show you that. So yeah, this is what I'm using for the cleaner. I mean, brake fluid's alright, but if you get like mineral spirits, kind of using that to clean. And you know, from Walmart or something, you get some good cleaner. And then what I did is I started with this body filler, this small can. It's only 14 ounces. So yesterday I went, got the 1 pound 12 ounces, and the larger one here was only like 10 cents more than the smaller one at Walmart. So then for like under $2, I went ahead and got some of the applicators for the body putty, and grab some 80 grit sandpaper. Do that. Got that, and then I got a long block for the long areas. So that's about it for this video.